Today's lesson is on the intro solo to Need Your Love So Bad by Fleetwood Mac. So this is Peter Green playing guitar originally. Very famous guitar intro, and there's a blues, 12/8 sort of blues in the key of A, and it's another example of a perfect little solo. Really, you can't fault this one. And it's been copied a lot, but I've tried to transcribe the exact notes that he played, and that's what I'm going to show you now. So we start off like this. We play a 9 on the 3rd string, an 11 on the 3rd string, and a 10 on the 2nd string. And then we're straight into a bend, which is 12th fret, 2nd string. It's a full tone bend, which is making the 12 sound like a 14. But what happens here is he holds it at the 14 and then lets it down to sound like a 13 and then pushes it back up to 14 again. So there's another slightly tricky bend that some of the other solos I've looked at recently have had this effect in. So you bend it, hold it, let it down a bit, then push it back up again. So I put that phrase together. It's and the next one, same sort of position. Start with this 11 on the 3rd string, play that note, and then go to the 2nd string and play a 10, hammer onto 12, pull off to 10, play the 11 again. So that's slowly. Back to this 10 again, which is the root note, this is the A. And there's a very faint hammer on that he does on this 11 on the 3rd string, just at the end. So that phrase is. Then the 3rd phrase, start on the 9 on the 3rd string, which is an E. We play that note, then play the 10, but slide into 11. And then you play the 10 on the 2nd string, 12 on the 2nd string, 11 on the 3rd, 10 on the 2nd. And you'll notice with this solo there's just 3 or 4 notes that have been used for the whole thing pretty much. So that phrase is. And the next one, same position still, play the 11 on the 3rd string, 10 on the 2nd string, back to that 11 again. And then there's quite a big bend here, it's the 12th fret, and we've got to bend it to a 15, so you're making that sound like that. And this is another slightly difficult part. Play that bend, the big bend, and then you let the note down to sound like a 13. So you're bending it to a 15, then you let it down a bit to make it sound like a 13, and then play the 10 there. Best way to explain that is to just demonstrate it. You're aiming to sound like this. And you'll find with these kind of bends, when you let the bend down slightly to get the sound of the 13, you don't actually let it down as far as you expect. When you're bending to the 15, that's a 3 fret bend. Letting it down to 13, that would only be a 1 fret bend. But in terms of how far you're pushing the string, it's not a third of the way to the 13, it's much more than that. So you don't have to let it down too far to get that note. Okay, so from the beginning we've got. And then the next one, which is just off the end of what we've just played, same few notes again, the 11 on the 3rd, 10 on the 2nd, then the 10, and we do a small bend, 10, bend to 13, let it back down to 12 again, pull off to 10. So that was. And then play the 11. So that's, it's a good little bluesy phrase, that one. slight pause here, and then we've got a bend, same one again, 12th fret, 2nd string. It's just a tone bend, a standard bend, make the 12 sound like a 14. And it kind of cuts that note short, it doesn't ring like you'd expect it to, it just goes. And then the same bend on the 1st string, but the 1st string, there's more tension on the 1st string, so you have to push that harder to get the same amount of bend. And that one does ring. So those two together. And then we've got another little bend starting here, 12, bend to 13, let down to 12, pull off to 10, play the 12. Slowly. And then 11 again on 3rd string, 10 on the 2nd string, hammer onto 12, play that 11 again, play that 10 again. And then straight off the end of that we play the 12 again on the 2nd string, that small bend again to the 13, let it down to a 12, pull off to 10. So that phrases. And then the last little bit of this solo, got this really nice distinctive phrase that he plays using this shape. So there's other ways you can play these two notes. I've chosen to do them here because this is what it sounds like to me that he's doing, but you could play these notes in other places. So I'm playing a 5th fret on the 1st string, which is an A, and then 7th fret on the B string. That's an F sharp. So you've got those two together. With this hand you can use a pick just to strum down, or if you're using fingers, play two like that, or finger and thumb, doesn't really matter. And you play those two notes and then move up 3 frets and play the same shape. And then move up 2 more, play it again, 1 more, play it again, 1 more, play it again. So that was. Think of that as 2 phrases, the first one and then the second one. And that last shape rings for a couple of seconds and then it just slides down. So it goes. And that's the whole solo. I'll just play through it all very slowly. Okay, and there you go, that's the whole solo. So it's a perfect little blues solo. Key of A, A major, and there's a little solo in the middle that he does as well, which is also really nice, very similar to this. And I'll do a video on that at some point. If you like this one, please subscribe and click the like button, and look out for more lesson videos. Okay, thanks, bye.